Okay, we are going to get rolling. Welcome everyone to ERA Demo Day number 26. We have been doing this for 14th year, believe it or not, of having demo days. So there are some people we see that have been here since the very beginning. We appreciate it, but we can't believe it ourselves. 26 of these, and we're pleased to say this is an incredible bunch. Promise we're going to keep this short. You're not here to see us. You're here to meet this incredible group of 16 companies. They've been a pleasure to work with over the last 4 months, and they really are something for everyone who's here. Every investor here today, we're convinced, can find at least one, if not two of these companies that you're going to be excited to invest into. It really is an outstanding group of founders. They come from all over the world, and they're working on some of the most exciting problems that we see anywhere in innovation or venture. Also, the venture markets are starting to open up. It's a fantastic time to be writing early stage checks. That's lucky for them, and that's lucky for you, because you've got 16 companies here today. We're often asked, what do we look for? What do companies fall into that we're investing into? And we're always looking for great founders. But when we step back and look at this class, they fall into three big areas, which we do view as the most exciting parts of innovation today. Basically, number one, climate, the decarbonization of everything. That's a trend that we see accelerating. AI being applied to just about everything, from financial services to the legal industry to heavy machinery. Everything you can imagine, AI is impacting, and you're seeing a ton of examples of that today. And finally, healthcare. As digital continues to disrupt that industry, these three areas really dominate what we see as the exciting trends right now, and every one of them is represented by several companies you're going to see today. So again, we're going to get started quickly, but we do want to give a formal welcome from our whole team. Many of you know some of us, not all of us. So on behalf of Murat, myself, Brian, Jeremy, Karen, Harmon, Carly, Perry, Sho, Gonzalo, Catherine, Mike, Wolita, Max, and Bianca, welcome. If you haven't met any of us, if you haven't met us, please come say hello. Our team is growing, and we'd love more of them to meet you. But also, thank you. We couldn't do what we do without the help of so many of you here and the whole broader New York venture community. From mentors to investors and founders, and everything we do wouldn't be possible without all of you. So from all of us, thank you. Thank you to everyone here today. The companies you're about to see present join 330 plus ERA companies that have come before them. These companies you've seen up here for years, they're disrupting virtually every industry. The companies are based in New York and now around the world. It's an incredibly exciting group of companies, and that the companies you're about to see today we think are a worthy addition to this group. Many of you ask us when it's demo day time, what happened to your old companies? What's happened? What's new? Where have they gone? So we like to give you a little bit of a flashback, just so you know what's happened to some of the alumni companies. We promise we'll keep it quick. A couple highlights. First of all, congratulations again to our unicorns. Some of the founders are here today. Catapult, 30 Madison, Triple Lift, and Glia. We've got some more that we think are going to be added in the very near future. These companies were right here presenting, and they've gone on to become real significant leaders in their industries. We're also pleased to have 8 companies on the Inc. 5000 this year of fastest growing companies in the country. And I will turn it over to Murat to tell you more about them.
Thank you, John. I just want to say one thing. New York City, Demo Day 26, I think we have to congratulate ourselves for this crowd and this set of companies one more time for New York City. So some people here, they know themselves, they've been here for almost all the demo days, so we are super excited. Thank you, Don. But we have some more great news from the portfolio. Forbes, America's Best Startup Employers, User Interviews, and Naya. These are amazing companies. We are super excited to have them. We have Tanya Van Court, again in 2024, winning awards, as always. The FinTech Breakthrough Award for Best Financial Education Platform. We are very excited to have America's fastest growing companies from Confetti, Upright, and Agency. And Deloitte Technology Fast 500, Upright, and Glia. Thank you, Deloitte. We have some friends from Deloitte here. And our portfolio across, given the current situation and everything else, already raised more than $2 billion. They are going strong, and with 2022 and 2023 not being the best times for raising money, our portfolio has been doing amazingly well, and total market cap has exceeded $10 billion. So, thank you. So we are very excited about the near future where the markets come back and we see more exciting events happening. So as you know, you are at the right place. You are at the Entrepreneurs Roundtable Accelerator Demo Day. But as most of you know, our follow-on fund is called Remarkable Ventures. We invest in our alumni founders and also some amazing opportunities that we can invest directly in. Also, when our founders sell their company and start a new company, we are also very excited to invest in them, just like Brendan right there. He sold his company, went public, and now started a second company, and we literally invested in him. Thank you for letting us invest in your next company. So we are actually, as I mentioned, making direct investments from Remarkable Ventures. But one more thing we want to emphasize today is that we've been very lucky that with the climate opportunity, with our existing investors like SMBC right here as our anchor LP, right now we are actively investing in climate tech startups, leading rounds in the seed and A stages, and also participating again in seed and A companies. And we have already made 4 investments. We are very excited about these companies actually solving a real problem, and the founders are amazing. The first investment we made was Box Power. They create modular hardware and software solutions. It's literally a solar panel onto a shipping container that you can put anywhere in the world. It creates a microgrid, so you don't need to lay down power lines that can be disrupted and cause wildfires. It's an amazing company. They are growing fast. Camus Energy is a software solution for a real-time digital twin of the grid for utilities to use to understand which houses have an electric vehicle, when are they going to charge, or when the base load energy demand will go up. So they are, again, growing very fast. We are very excited to work with them. SmarterX is the intelligence platform for creating new products that are good for the environment and also realize the local regulations and compliance requirements so that those products can be deployed anywhere in the world. And our last investment, Taurus, is a renewable energy management system for residential homes and also some small commercial buildings where you control everything in your home, you save money, and when there's a blackout, you can still watch your TV shows. The power never goes off. So we are very, very excited to invest in climate tech companies. Please send us more climate tech companies. Applause. So I would like to invite Brian now to talk more about our platform and the companies and introduce the first company.
Thank you, Murat. All right. Wow. Look at this crowd. So many friendly faces, so many familiar faces, so many new faces. My job before we start the company is I want to introduce some very important people. First off is our mentors. There are more than 500 ERA mentors. This is the backbone of our program. People think, you come into an accelerator, you get some programming, you get some cash, it's great. But meeting with these mentors, our companies meet with dozens of mentors through every field, and we couldn't do it without them. I'd love to get a big hand for the mentors. And our lead mentors, so what you may not know is each cohort, the company is paired with a specific lead mentor who is a very senior person in their field, often an exited founder, who sort of becomes their North Star during the program, helping guide them strategically, tactically, with connections and so forth. A lot of them are here. Could I just ask you to raise your hands and so we can give you some applause? We have them here. Come on. They're here. Don't be shy. Okay, more. Alumni mentors. We're not going to have to applaud for everybody. We can do one big round of applause at the end. Alumni mentors, these are alumni. Our strength is our alumni community. So many people from all of those 330 companies come back and specifically help the individual companies. They're paired up. They also have a very special relationship, and we're grateful to them. Venture partners. These are folks who have been supporting us sometimes since ERA 1. Who are sort of the stalwarts of the community. They're always available for our companies and to help the community and ERA in general. So we're grateful for their continued involvement. We have Demo Day pitch coaches. You're going to see some fantastic performances here. In large part, that's because they have been coached. Some of them are naturals. Well, they're all naturals in some way, but we really work to bring out the best of them, and these are accomplished public speaking professionals who help them really deliver their message effectively. And I want to move on to some sponsors. So what we love about our sponsors is they don't just support us financially. Every one of the companies you're about to see actually gets involved in making the program better, which is why they're very special to us. We have 2 Demo Day sponsors who are making this entire event possible. They are Fidelity and Mercury. Let's please thank them. IAC, this incredible historic, for us it's historic. This is our kind of our ancestral home now, and we're so glad to be back here for a few cohorts since a hiatus during COVID. Our program sponsors, I'm going to name them: ThoroughPass, AWS Activate, Carta, Mercury, Goodwin, and with them, I just want to pause for a second. Goodwin is so involved. Sarah and Jeff, if you're here, if you could just raise your hand, thank you very much. And with them, we have Bernie, Leon. They do all of our accounting since day one, and they're also my personal accountant, so please thank them as well. So there's for the okay, and enough of all that. Let's talk about what we're really here to see. I know John and Murat said it, but me and the programming team, we work so hard with these companies, and the only people who work harder are the founders themselves. And they're just going to knock your socks off. They are interesting, they are knowledgeable, they are investable. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the first company. Please welcome Dennis, the co-founder and CEO of Dashly.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dennis, founder of Dashly. And that's me, second on the right. I grew up in New York City construction and spent years working in my family electrical contracting business, running finance and operations. During my time in the business, I came across plenty of colorful characters. But I was also introduced to industry superstars like Jose from Maine Power Electric. Jose came to America as a teenager and started in the rough and tumble demolition space. But his consistency and reliability opened doors in the skilled trades. Today, Jose is a master electrician, owns his own shop, and is scaled to almost 100 employees. Jose is the modern American dream. But for every Jose in construction, there is a dangerous Dave. Not his real picture, by the way. Dave views safety as a recommendation, not a requirement. He's often late, missing days, and bounces around from shop to shop. Now, for most job applicants, this track record would be front and center. There would be a resume, a screening process, and an interview. But construction works a little differently, and Dave slips through the cracks in the hiring process. Before long, Dave's negligence leads to an injury on site, costing 10x his annual salary, over $500,000 in increased insurance, leaving Jose struggling to meet payroll and crushed by the blind hiring process. Now, these types of insurance claims aren't bumps in the road. They're icebergs that can take the whole ship down. Dashley creates a proprietary risk score driven by a gold mine of hidden variables to root out hiring and management risk. We utilize key objective statistics, especially insurance claims data, to vet Dave's performance. Now, this isn't simply delivering a checklist or verifying title and tenure. This takes real data science capabilities, where Alex, our CTO, and a Stanford PhD excels. So let's say Trident Construction gets 3 referrals for hire. Instead of Tom, Dave, and Holly, they see Holly, the green flag go-getter looking to upskill. Tom, the yellow flag journeyman who might jump ship for a job closer to home in Bayonne. And Dave, who can bankrupt them. Where there was a blind hire is now 6 figures in savings. And just like the credit agencies, Dashley is a pooled information hub where the largest players contribute their own data. Our core customer is a New York City subcontractor, and that is a tough nut to crack. Needless to say, these aren't the types of guys with Calendlys. But I come from the business. I know how to reach them, and they trust me. Which is why we've gotten them to do something they've never done before. Share information with each other to create a unified source of record for tradespeople. And guess what? They're doing it. Because no one wants to be the only one to hire without the data, without Dashley. In just the past 2 months, we've received commitments from 7 of the largest contractors in New York City, representing over 3,500 crafts workers and tens of thousands of data points on past employees. Now, we're going to expand horizontally within the trades in New York, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to take Dashley to Miami, and then we're going to Dallas, because the spend out there is staggering. Almost $13 billion in increased insurance costs, replacement costs, and productivity delays from blind hiring alone. If you see the opportunity to mitigate insurance risk by solving construction's blind hiring problem, we would love to talk to you. I'm Dennis, and this is Dashley. Thank you.
Terrific. Dennis, thank you so much for getting us started today. What a great opening. Next up, you might have heard about AI. I'm pleased to introduce the co-founder and CEO of Zenguard AI, Gallum.
Hello. My name is Gallum, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Zenguard AI. And we build the fastest guardrails for Gen AI applications. I was a tech lead and the founding member of the security and privacy team at Google, working on the same low latency infrastructure, working on the largest data infrastructures in the world, and my co-founder, Bauer, has led AI infrastructure at Meta, running large language models efficiently. We both left our jobs to found Zenguard AI. And our core insight is that guardrails need to be lightning fast to be feasible in production. And we are the best team to build it. Now let me tell you what guardrails are and why they are important. Developers building Gen AI applications make API calls to one of the big daddies, ChatGPT, Google, or Claude. However, once the application goes into production, the Wild West of security risks rushes in. Just look at the news. For example, Google alone has lost $90 billion in market cap because of the poorly safeguarded AI chatbot. That's exactly why one of our customers, Sebastian, is worried. He's building a chatbot to disrupt behavioral finance market. His enterprise customers require that his app is protected from being hacked into sharing proprietary customer data or tricked into giving malicious or offensive response, such as opinions on politics. This is where guardrails are mission critical. Guardrails protect companies from financial, reputational, and ethical risks. However, there's one big problem with the existing guardrail solutions that keep Gen AI developers, such as Sebastian, up at night. They are slow. Or in more technical terms, they have huge latency. Remember the frustration of waiting for the slow website to load? But for your chatbot, on average, guardrail latency is around 2 to 3 seconds each way, which is 10 times worse than the human acceptable latency of 300 milliseconds. Multiply this by the billions of AI queries, and suddenly, our Gen AI future grinds to a halt. And that's why we're building the fastest guardrails for Gen AI applications. We launched 3 weeks ago, and we have already signed up more than 100 developers from the companies such as Booking.com and Uber. We are the top GitHub repo for LLM security and guardrails, and the only one that is optimized for latency. Let me show you how Zenguard AI works behind the scenes. Heads up, the next slide is quite technical, but AI engineers will love it. We distribute the load to the edge servers closer to the customer. Each server uses a combination of advanced heuristics, in-memory vector databases, and custom-built machine learning models decoupled from large language models. Using affinity-based caching algorithms, we can cluster similar requests and save on processing time. Using this state-of-the-art tech stack, we were able to help Sebastian to decrease his latency of guardrails by 10x to under 300 milliseconds. All right, now we can all start paying attention again. AI cybersecurity market is expected to grow 100% in the next 2 years to $45 billion. That's why we're just getting started. There are a lot more guardrails that developers need. Multimodals, AI agents, deepfakes, the list goes on and on. And all of these APIs have to be low latency to be feasible in production. Let's walk this path together. My name is Galem. Stay safe and secure.
All right, thank you very much to Zenguard. On the theme of keeping the latency low, we will move right along. And next up, I'm very excited to introduce Angela. She's the founder and CEO of Hively.
Hi, everyone. I'm Angela, co-founder and CEO of Hively. There are 3 common financial turning points in one's life: starting a family, buying a home, and retirement. 12,000 Americans are retiring every day, but their needs are largely overlooked by the senior industry. Our mission is to help those retirees make the most out of their next chapter by connecting them with each other and with the trusted services they need. Meet Donna. She's a 67-year-old retired physician, and for the last 30 years, her calendar has looked like this. At last, she retires, the freedom to finally prioritize herself. But her calendar starts to look like this, and her sense of identity, community, meaning all disappear. She turns to the internet, only to be faced ads, countless ads targeted at 80-year-olds. This is not what she had envisioned for her next 20, 30 years of active life. And that's why we started Hively. Adults within 3 years of retirement lack the tools to figure out what's next. And they certainly don't identify with being a senior. Our unique insight is that the key to serving Donna is not just information. It's community, bringing back those peer connections that she lost when she retired. Hively is the navigator for modern retirement, a platform to discover guidance across this next chapter, from social connection to expert guidance on Medicare or financial planning, to exploring travel or health and wellness. Our centerpiece is our hives, live online gatherings where members can connect with each other and learn from experts who pay to reach them. They can also browse our member forum, rich video content library, and through our partner offers, sign up for experiences like that once-in-a-lifetime trip to the Galapagos. Now, we just launched last month and already have 1,600 members. And our early users are loving us. They are referring Hively to their friends. And after attending a Hive, 98% want to meet again. Now, today's older adults aren't just aging. They represent the largest single share of US consumer spending, spending $69 billion a year on enrichment and entertainment alone. But companies are struggling to reach them because there is such a high barrier for trust. And those companies, from financial planners to health and wellness services, are our customers. By adding Hively to their marketing spend, companies get to directly engage with a qualified audience of potential customers in a trusted, content-rich environment. And this is our business model. And for our members, this isn't just ads. They get valuable, enriching content. So let me show you how this works. Upon joining, Donna gets matched to a personalized set of hives, and she begins to make real connections with other members. She then joins a hive on smart investing, sponsored by Retirable and led by Frank, one of their financial planners. Donna gets to learn directly from Frank's expertise, and by the end of the session, Donna books a follow-up appointment with Frank. In addition to Retirable, we're excited to already be working with a range of brands, from health companies to travel companies, such as Sondermine, a digital mental health provider looking to reach more Medicare customers. Now, why does our team care so much about solving this problem? My co-founder Jen and I started Hively as graduate students at Harvard, motivated to build what we wish our parents had. We're experienced builders from companies like Apple and Samsung, and advised by the founders of community-led brands like Chief. Today, we are endorsed by AARP and building its modern complement. So come join us in ensuring that the next chapter, not just for Donna, but all our parents and even ourselves in the future, is the best chapter. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Our global investment in climate has increased tenfold over the last few years, and the next startup is helping us all stay honest. Please welcome Carbon Pilot and Tristan.
1/3 of the global economy, representing more than 3,000 companies, are committed to net zero. So how do they get there? Well, imagine these companies are sitting in a leaky boat. Now, they have to plug the leak, and that's like reducing emissions. But they also have to scoop the water out, and that is like carbon removal, which scientists agree is essential for reaching net zero. I'm Tristan, co-founder and CEO of Carbon Pilot, and we help companies implement and verify carbon removal solutions. One of the companies we're working with is a $50 billion market cap concrete manufacturer called Wholesome, and they're evaluating the use of carbon removal to get to net zero. For example, they want to integrate carbon negative materials into their final products, but they're worried about being able to prove that these materials have a tangible impact on reducing their carbon footprint. This process is not easy. It involves months of auditing handwritten documentation and working with consultants that are slow and expensive. They have already seen other companies pay more than $35 billion for making false environmental claims. Now, this is where Carbon Pilot comes in. We measure carbon removal at the source by connecting directly to carbon removal hardware. We then make it easy to share this data to stakeholders and embed it into existing compliance reporting frameworks. So, by embedding our software into the carbon removal hardware, we're able to automate data collection, eliminate human errors, and are able to track every molecule across the supply chain, all in real time. So, armed with this data, Wholesome can now confidently charge a 30% green premium for their products, and they're able to meet their climate commitments without the risk of greenwashing. In other words, they've saved their leaky boat from sinking with verified carbon removal. Now, we have already proven that the largest companies in the world need Carbon Pilot. We've just signed a 3-year partnership with a Fortune 5 energy company. They rely on Carbon Pilot to measure, report, and verify the impact of carbon removal projects within their value chain. And because we generate a commission for every ton of carbon removal that we track, the more carbon we remove, the more our revenue grows. So in the next 12 months, we're on pace to track over 200,000 tons of carbon removal, which nets our projected revenue to $2 million. And we're in the right place at the right time. In just a few years, the carbon removal market has grown from almost nothing to $2 billion. In the next year, it's expected to grow to $10 billion because large companies from food and agriculture, building materials, and energy realize that they can use carbon removal to increase product margins and meet climate commitments faster. Our team brings over 16 years of combined software and domain expertise to disrupt this market. My co-founder, John, has been building software for companies like Reddit and CDR FYI, which is a platform that has brought data and transparency to carbon removal. I started my own carbon removal company, so I know what it takes to create and verify a high-quality carbon removal project. If you want to make carbon removal the most transparent, scalable, and verifiable carbon solution there is, come talk to us. I'm Tristan, and this is Carbon Pilot.
All right, thank you, Tristan. Next up, we have a very special guest who is making his way up here. He's recovering from surgery, and it's incredible that he is able to do this from stage. He has a chair available. Oh, good. Okay, very good. You can lean on the podium, and we'll have the chair right here. But you're going to love this. You're going to see why he had surgery in a minute. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dwayne from Enspi.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, I'm Dwayne, co-founder and CEO of Enspi Technologies, where we're modernizing the way that we consume and distribute energy. That's me in the Army with my unit in Afghanistan. I carried a personal solar and battery pack so that I can power essential equipment during times of extreme importance. And by essential equipment, I mean my DVD player so I can watch Rush Hour 3 after a 20-mile rush in the desert. All joking aside, that led me to understand the importance of having a backup power source and using that source efficiently to power critical missions. And there's nothing more critical to ensure that America's manufacturers are using their power efficiently. In the US, we're seeing the increasing need for energy resilience. So we're helping mid-sized manufacturers do exactly that. These manufacturers are seeing an unprecedented rise in energy prices, up to $30,000 a year, in addition to regulatory and vendor pressure to reduce emissions drastically. Large manufacturers have the resources to manage their energy, but mid-sized manufacturers, they lack the technology, have been overlooked, and the capital to access the hundreds of billions of dollars of IRA funding and other clean energy initiatives. Energy used to be a one-way street, but now it's bidirectional. These manufacturers can now buy and sell energy back to the grid based on demand prices and external events like heat waves. This is where Enspi comes in. We provide real-time insights for them to optimize their energy use and manage the associated emissions with it. Our customers see up to a 30% reduction in energy consumption. In addition, they can earn up to $50,000 annual in new revenue from selling energy back to the grid. Our customers win both ways, and then we get paid when they get paid. This is Enspi's AI-enabled virtual power plant. This market is growing rapidly. It is already a $135 billion market. And we're seeing great success targeting these mid-sized manufacturers. Just at the beginning of this year, we only had 4 unpaid pilots. By March, we added 21 paying customers. And today, we have 46 paying customers with a projected annual revenue of $900,000. We're also patent pending for our AI algorithm for energy carbon optimization. We're an ambitious team with deep energy and AI expertise. I've successfully developed and deployed 7 megawatts of clean energy with the last company I founded. And my co-founder, Titch, is an AI engineer who has developed and deployed AI software for major retail and healthcare companies. Together, we're building a responsive, organized network of energy and storage assets using manufacturing facilities as our hub. This is going to allow manufacturers to then drive revenue, and then we can replace the costly, antiquated power plants of the past at a fraction of the cost. We're Enspi. Come talk to us how you can partner and invest in the future of energy. Thank you.
Special heroes, congratulations to Dwayne.
Terrific. Thank you, Dwayne. Next up, we're going to get a little bit scary, but then we're going to be secure. I'm thrilled to introduce the co-founder and CEO of Detexian, Tan.
Good morning. My name is Tan. I'm the co-founder of Detexian. Let me tell you about Adam. Adam is about to cause a $16 million data breach, and his employer has no idea. Adam, like many of us, uses apps like Google, maintaining both a work and a personal account. His personal Google Password Manager happened to store work credentials, and corporate IT doesn't know about it. Hackers target these third-party apps and find a backdoor to his corporate data. 80% of security incidents are traced back to an employee. So we created Detexian to change this. Detexian is enterprise software that gives employees the freedom to use third-party apps while maintaining the highest level of corporate security. We do this by helping customers discover third-party apps being used by their employees without IT's knowledge. Sounds simple, but it is revolutionizing IT security because we are giving third-party apps the same enterprise security as if IT controlled them directly. We've integrated with hundreds of the most popular work apps to extract insights such as instances of employees logging in, access rights across app footprints, data shares to various parties, and numerous other nuanced signals and insights. Using AI machine learning, we form a 360 view to find risky users and stop them before they cause catastrophic security incidents. This happens behind the scenes and is seamless for employees. We don't replace existing enterprise security solutions. We complement and enhance solutions like Microsoft Azure AD and Okta. Now, for our first customer, we started with identifying risky accounts, and this led to a $15,000 contract. Our impact was immediate. We achieved a 90% reduction in risky accounts in the first month. The customer immediately saw value. They are now paying $50,000 for continuous monitoring from Detexian. This strategy is working. We've just crossed $216,000 in annual recurring revenue. We target a $15 billion market at the intersection of identity access management, SaaS security, and identity governance and administration software. As we scale, we'll be expanding to focus on regulated companies between 1,000 to 10,000 employees, and it has already started. We're working with a financial institution with 10,000 employees and a healthcare provider network with 15,000 employees. My team has 20 years of data security experience from Microsoft, Oracle, and one of my co-founders has a PhD in predictive data modeling. We're backed by industry pioneers who are also our angel investors. With Detexian, companies can have the best of both worlds. They can maintain centralized control while their employees maximize productivity by using the apps that they need. Come and chat with me after this. I am Tan, and this is Detexian.
Thank you so much to Detexian. Now, just a quick announcement to folks in the standing area. This will be a judgment-free moment to move. We do have some seating over here. Do we want to take a second to file over? There's a lot of folks over there. Really is a judgment-free moment. Please feel free. Quite a few seats on this side over to the right. Great. Great. More room for everyone. Just a few more seconds. Thanks, folks. All right, fantastic. All right, thank you again to Detexian. Next up, I am very excited to introduce Vinod to the stage. He is the founder and CEO of KolateAI.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vinod from KolateAI, a patient-level clinical events prediction engine to accelerate pharma trials. And that means better drugs, faster, and at lower cost. Meet Gloria. She's the chief medical officer at a neurology-focused biotech. She has a promising treatment for acute migraine that she needs to take through clinical trials for FDA approval. Gloria is struggling with a costly, complex process with a highly uncertain outcome. She's dealing with difficult questions, like how to get the maximum migraine reduction effect without triggering cardiovascular adverse events. Who are the right patients to target? Gloria has no visibility. She's unable to identify and stop non-working clinical trials in advance or proactively streamline working trials. And Gloria is not alone. There's literally thousands of biotechs and pharmas all facing the exact same issues. Industry-wide, there's a 90% failure rate in clinical development. There is a $2 billion cost to develop a drug. And despite more than $100 billion in R&D spend, targeting more than 25,000 diseases, only 55 new drugs came out in 2023. And that's why we started KolateAI, an AI-driven, patient-level clinical events prediction engine delivered through a Copilot chat interface. The need for this is so strong that in just a few months, we already have a pilot customer, a publicly traded neurology-focused biotech. But it's not just that. We also have a robust pipeline of major big pharmas like BMS. And we just got accepted to Johnson & Johnson's J-Labs innovation platform. Traditionally, pharmas have relied on retrospective reporting to execute their clinical trials. With KolateAI, they now have access to predictive clinical event insights to design and run their trials. With our proprietary AI foundation models, trained on completed trial and real-world data, we deliver predictions. These cover major patient-level clinical events such as drug response, adverse events, and trial endpoints. With KolateAI, Gloria can drive down clinical development costs by 20%. She can accelerate time to market by 5 months. And due to better patient targeting, she can increase profitability by 20%. Our initial focus is in the biotech space, given the accelerated potential for closure. With our active pipeline in this space, we already have line of sight to $1.5 million ARR. And we're the right team to do this. With a combined 30+ years of life sciences tech executive experience, I was a senior partner at ZS Associates, a leading pharma strategy firm, and a senior vice president at Atos. My co-founder is a deeply experienced pharma clinical leader from Merck and Stryker. We're backed by a strong advisory board that includes biopharma tech CEOs from Resilience and Opsera. We want to see a world where hundreds of drugs are brought to market each year, reducing disease and prolonging lives. Join me. I'm Vinod, and this is KolateAI.
Thank you, Vinod. It is not often that we meet a company that's impacting the lives of each and every one of us. Please welcome Max to talk about Leah.
Good morning. I'm Max Klein, CEO of Leah, a company revolutionizing wealth management. We've identified a way to empower mass market RIAs to lower the cost of providing targeted, high-value financial advice through the better use of data. Financial advisors want to be spending their time adding assets under management and meeting new clients. But instead, they spend up to 30% of their time doing the manual work necessary to onboard business. When a new client comes in the door, they hold an onboarding meeting. It's incredibly long and detailed. And the client, they come with a shoebox of information for their advisor. This entire process is torpedoing productivity and stifling the growth advisors crave. Imagine if there was a way for advisors to get the data they need to serve clients without all this manual work. Enter Leah, the solution to advisors' data challenges. We take that shoebox and create clarity out of chaos. Now, we just launched our beta earlier this month and already have 7 firms using the product, including a $16 billion RIA with over 2,000 advisors on their platform. But this isn't just for independent firms. We're also in talks with the wealth management divisions at multiple Wall Street firms who face the exact same challenges. They all want Leah for one simple reason. More efficient financial data mining means faster turnaround and more growth. Let me show you an example of how this all works. A new client comes in the door with a pile of documents and statements for their advisor. Brokerage statements come first, and they're incredibly complex. They contain investment holdings, cost and tax basis of each position, mutual fund expense ratios, and these documents cover multiple accounts and can run hundreds of pages. Once the information gathering is complete, advisors need to sift through every single line in these documents. And here's how Leah does that. Our custom AI models classify each document and extract the critical information advisors need. This data isn't just for internal use. Advisors also use it to communicate portfolio insights with clients. And they use the structured data Leah provides to conduct deeper proprietary portfolio analysis. This isn't just a one-time data extraction either. It becomes a persistent go-to data repository. Now, we know that financial advisory firms of all sizes struggle to implement an integrated tech stack. They already have their preferred tools in place. The beauty is that Leah provides the data to power the applications advisors already use, and everything just works better. All right, let me tell you about our team. I'm Max. In my 7 years in product management at Amazon, I built new customer data platforms and identity models for Amazon Prime and Alexa AI. Our co-founder and CTO, Chuck Blake, has helped multiple large enterprises deploy AI into their daily workflows. Chuck and I are already off to the races applying our skills and experience to transform the way RIAs serve clients. Okay, let me take this home. This entire industry is changing fast. $84 trillion are expected to change hands through inheritance in the next 2 decades, and there is a 50% spike in demand for financial advice on the horizon. Leah is ready to help advisors capture this opportunity. I'm Max Klein, and this is Leah.
All right, Max, thank you. We are more than halfway through the program, which makes me sad because this is my favorite day of the year. But before we move on, I want to take a moment to recognize, the founders, the CEOs who are up here. They get all the attention, they get the spotlight, they get the applause. But behind every CEO, there's a COO, often a CTO as well, and they work just as hard. In fact, they're the people who also make the company possible. They are all here. If we could please give them a hand. Thank you. Equal participants in the program, thank you so much. Okay, we're into the third quarter here. Please brace yourself for the incredible Nancy from Alternew.
I'm Nancy from Alternew. My co-founder Rachel and I are fashion veterans. We've worked for everyone from Valentino to Marshalls. We came to this industry because we love the magic that clothes bring to customers. But over our careers, we watched as fashion traded magic for mass production, leading to an increase in fit and repair issues. Today, a quarter of all clothes are returned due to poor fit, and clothes that need repairs just end up in landfills. Already, regulation in Europe holds brands financially responsible for the waste they create, and similar bills are actively on the table in New York and California. The key to reducing this waste is to provide a better fit, because when clothes fit, people want to wear them, so they get repaired, not returned. And as fashion insiders, we know the way to achieve this is through alterations and repairs. But it's challenging to offer these services in-house, so few brands do so today. That's where we come in. Alternew's tech platform lets brands direct customers to a vetted network of tailors right at the point of sale, making alterations and repairs more trustworthy, affordable, and far more convenient. Brands license our software and get access to this third-party network of tailors and get data on the positive impact from extending the life of their products. Fashion's circular economy market is already $73 billion today and growing 7x in the next 5 years, going from 3% of the global fashion market to 23% by 2030. So while the Chief Sustainability Officer knows the climate benefits of offering alterations and repairs, every department sees the immediate impact these services have on customer retention and acquisition. So let's walk through it. Jessie tries on a silk dress for the summer, but it needs alterations. So she asks a sales associate. With no on-site tailor or tools, they just shrug and say, "Wish I could help, I got nothing for ya." With our platform, Jessie is matched with the best specialist because the right tailor for a cheap repair isn't the same tailor that can alter Jessie's silk dress. Not only that, but the brand gets data back on fit and repair issues so they can improve future products. We transform alterations and repairs into a magical experience that brands can take credit for, which means reduced textile waste and emissions, but also greater loyalty, fewer returns, and more repeat business. And that is why we are excited to announce that we are piloting with Faherty, because they know this offering is essential to their brand. And we have 10 national brands in our pipeline, including Mara Hoffman, Moose Knuckles, and Calvin Klein. We've entered a world where becoming an active participant in the circular economy is a necessity. And the beauty of Alternew is there are no trade-offs. We're empowering brands to embrace the circular economy and growing their bottom line. Want to hear more? Come talk to us after. I'm Nancy with my co-founder Rachel over there. We are Alternew. Thank you.
Okay, next up, I am thrilled to introduce the co-founder and CEO of Caseblink, Khalil. Go get him.
Hi, I'm Khalil. In 2017, I moved to America. And last year, I started looking for an immigration lawyer to apply for an employment-based green card. And that's when I met Lori, a highly successful solo practitioner and a great match. But her schedule was so packed that my case, along with others, had to wait over 3 months. Because a case like mine takes 40 hours of meticulous work. And the paperwork looks like this. Lori had to read and understand hundreds of pages of documents about my work, which is highly technical, perform additional case research to finally put together this 20-page long legal brief. And because almost all of immigration is flat fee, Lori makes the same amount of money whether this takes her 40 hours or just 4 hours. This is ripe for automation. Caseblink is AI software that streamlines legal brief workflows, saving lawyers 80% of their time on these cases. 80%. And by taking away hours, we improve margins and help them take on more cases. And lawyers love Caseblink. Since we launched 8 weeks ago, we got to 15 paying law firm customers, $12,000 in revenue. Thank you. And with just these customers, just these, paying us $500 per case processed, this gives us a straight line to $400,000 in ARR. So, what is it about us that our customers love so much? Take Lori and her client Alejandro applying for an employment-based green card. First, Caseblink used its proprietary AI retrieval systems to read and understand his documents. Then, it used AI agents to perform additional research on the web and in our internal databases. And it found that his area of expertise was in the government's list of critical and emerging technologies favoring his immigration case. Now, this type of research takes hours because lawyers use case law, the USCIS website, the policy manual, and many other resources like executive orders or the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But Caseblink finds this instantly. And after organizing all of this information, it puts together this 20-page long legal brief, all at the click of a button. Today, we fully automated 2 visa workflows, the EB2 National Interest Waiver and the O1A visa. And just this month, we've already processed 20 cases. Now, the US immigration attorney market is a $9 billion industry, but there are over 10 million immigration filings each year. 10 million. This is our wedge to the much bigger immigration services space, serving corporations and the consumer directly, and with that, making even bigger margins. At Caseblink, we don't just take away admin and legalese work with AI. We completely redefine the role of immigration lawyers, empowering them to oversee rather than execute mundane tasks. Before Caseblink, I was a product data scientist at Google Research. John, our CTO, brings over 15 years of startup experience building infrastructure that scales. And Tina, our head of product, spent nearly 10 years at top immigration law firms crafting exactly these cases. And together, we're building meticulously engineered AI agents to make the lengthy immigration filing process effortless. Because immigration deserves automation. I'm Khalil, and this was Caseblink. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much to Khalil with Caseblink. Moving right on, next I'm very excited to introduce Paul to the stage, founder and CEO of Thread Health.
All right, hello, I'm Paul. To tell our story, let me introduce you to Dr. Hina Tlaib. She's part of a field of medicine that you might not even know exists. This specialty is essential to health outcomes and reducing overall healthcare costs now. Despite its importance, there are only 500 active professionals in this field nationwide. That's nowhere near enough to see a patient population of 70 million. So, who are these forgotten patients with 25% chronic illness? It's teens and young adults. And Dr. Hina is not just a leading adolescent medicine specialist, she's my co-founder. Teens need something better than a typical pediatrician's office with a crowded waiting room filled with infants and toddlers. This is not the best first point for a teen to ask questions about her period, a forgotten asthma medication, or learn about nutrition. And it's not just the setting. And along the way, even asking the simplest questions as a teen can feel a little embarrassing. Today, pediatricians only receive 1 month of training in adolescent health. At Thread Health, we provide asynchronous care by our clinical team trained in adolescent health, giving teens, young adults, and parents access to a doctor 24/7. And it's digital first. So we go to where teens are most comfortable, through text or on video, either alone or with a parent. This way, we deliver the right care in the right way at the right time. We manage chronic illness that impacts quality of life, like asthma, but also common and unexpected issues too, like a UTI or that mysterious rash. And when follow-up is needed, prescriptions and ongoing health education, Thread Health is there. Today, only 50% of 20-year-olds have a primary care physician. We solve for that. There are adolescent health commands over $150 billion in annual spend. At Thread Health, we reduce total cost of care by 15%. That means billions of dollars saved every year. To build in healthcare, you need a solution that stands out. I'm pleased to announce that Thread Health has signed 4 partnerships that will get our solution into schools, with our first Medicaid patients, one of the largest US healthcare systems, and give over 200,000 teens access to our care. We are named a top front door to healthcare by Avia Health Consultancy and recently joined 32 payers and digital health companies as part of the Virtual First Coalition. We are the right team to manage this transition. I have 11 years of startup health experience at Heartbeat Health, NEMA, and United Healthcare. Dr. Tlaib has led teams at leading New York hospitals. We have built the right product and the right best clinical team to tackle this issue head on for teens and families. We are on a mission to make teen health an established healthcare category. Please join us. We are Thread Health.
Thank you, Paul. And next up, we have Cosimo, who's taking us places with Pontigo.
Thank you, Harmon. Hello, everyone. My name is Cosimo Corsini, co-founder and CEO of Pontigo. My team and I spent over 30 years working cross-border at companies like Walmart, Alibaba, and Zalando, where we helped solve the operational complexities of selling internationally. Now, we're taking that exact same playbook, and we're solving two of the biggest problems in cross-border e-commerce. And that is slow and expensive deliveries. We're building a SaaS solution that enables US e-commerce brands to connect to a global network of partnered 3PL fulfillment centers. And with a single point of integration, brands can now strategically place their inventory closer to their customers. The cross-border e-commerce market is growing twice as fast as the domestic markets. And brands today are spending over $260 billion on their deliveries and returns every year. And despite all this spend, it's still taking brands days, if not weeks, to get their products delivered to their customers. And shipping rates are only getting more expensive. Brands are stuck with a patchwork of fulfillment centers spread around the globe, each using different inventory management systems, different integrations, and different operating systems. So no wonder brands are looking for faster, easier, and cheaper ways to get their products delivered to their customers. Historically, this has been one of the toughest and biggest problems to solve in cross-border e-commerce, and we've solved it. Pontigo aggregates a global network of partnered 3PL fulfillment centers, and no matter what tech stack is used by the merchants or 3PLs, Pontigo sits on top of it all with a single point of integration. And the best part is that brands can operate on their current systems. And yes, some of the bigger brands already have this figured out, but now I'm going to show you the main reason that's preventing the mass market from selling internationally. And that's because of routes that look like this and cost brands a staggering $45 on average per delivery. But with Pontigo, routes look like this and cost brands an average of $10 per delivery. And this massively impacts their unit economics. Now, this all sounds great, right? But how does it actually work? Let me demonstrate. Our algorithm analyzes our global network of partnered 3PL fulfillment centers, and we will suggest the right fulfillment strategy fit for that brand to automatically solve for cost, speed, and complexity. And not only are we getting inventory closer to customers, but through our inventory demand forecasting tool, we leverage AI and machine learning to accurately predict exactly how much inventory to store in each location. Now, this all sounds great. It does sound great. But don't just trust us. We're working with global brands such as Cymax, a $1 billion furniture brand, Untuckit, and, wait for it, Ferragamo. And they can expect to save up to 45% on their logistics costs and boost their delivery speed from weeks to hours. And fulfillment centers around the globe are dying to work with us. We fill their warehouses with inventory, and with a single integration, they have access to Pontigo's entire network. And within that network, we will have hundreds of brands moving hundreds of thousands of products in and out of warehouses every day. We've currently partnered with 15 fulfillment centers spread around the EU and the UK, and now they're starting to reach out to us. We're building an ecosystem that enables e-commerce brands to succeed in the global markets, where efficient fulfillment and inventory intelligence is just the beginning. Next, we're getting brands on the top marketplaces around the world, and through the data that we accumulate, we will enable them to expand into new and exciting markets. because the future of e-commerce is international, and we're making selling globally as easy as selling locally. My name is Cosimo, and this is Pontigo.
Thank you, Cosimo. I love how he says Ferragamo. Isn't that amazing? Well, we're coming into the home stretch here, and if it wasn't apparent, we are very committed to investing in climate companies. We do this not just because it's the right thing to do, but because they're outstanding investment opportunities, and we have met an incredible number of founders who are extremely qualified, tackling very difficult problems. Evidence of that is the wonderful Effie coming up to talk about context nature.
Hi, I'm Effie, CEO of Context Nature. Fortune 1000 companies spend $3 billion annually on climate disclosures. This is going to increase to $10 billion with new regulations in the US and the European Union. Now let's take a chip manufacturer. They need to track their progress towards their decarbonization goals and the financial risks associated with their environmental impact. This includes water, energy, waste, greenhouse gas emissions. Aggregating this information takes 1,500 hours of manual collection, and it costs each company $1 million yearly. More importantly, like any financial disclosure, they need board approval. I know this because I spent the last 10 years at Microsoft building teams and the solution to solve this issue. Existing software currently focuses on annual reporting. They look backwards. However, the board needs an audit trail to back these disclosures on an ongoing basis. Think of it as signals to help them with better decision making. These software companies do not solve this problem today. This is why I started Context Nature, to bring real-time visibility to these risks. Now, remember the chip manufacturer? They're a $4 billion company with over 30 sites. And I'm so excited to share that they are our first paying customer. Customers are demanding our solution, which is why I'm thrilled we have 3 more customers working with us. A Fortune 500 construction company, an auto manufacturer, and a Fortune 10 technology company. These are 6-figure contracts for each business unit. And with these 4 clients alone, they account for $1 million in annual recurring revenue for us. And there are many more waiting for their turn across different industries. Now, this is how our technology works. We use large language models to parse unstructured data and extract relevant inputs from thousands of documents across multiple languages. We connect to major utility providers to receive the data in real time. Then, we augment this with partner data, such as satellite information. And across every region, we generate automatically insights that meet accounting and sustainability reporting standards, thereby creating the first audit-ready environmental ledger. We are the team to solve this problem. My co-founder, Sylvia, our head of AI and ML, Allison, and Ira and I, we have proven results from companies like Microsoft, NTT, and ResMed. Come talk to us to learn more. I am Effie, and we are Context Nature. Thank you so much.
Terrific. We've got a few more fabulous founders. So everyone, please stay attention here on the stage. Let me introduce you to the co-founder and CEO of Deben, Prasad.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Prasad. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Deben. That song, it launched MTV in 1981. It was a bold statement about the movement from radio to ad-supported cable television. Today, we have hundreds of cable channels and literally thousands of streaming options. And advertising in this premium environment continues to be a top priority for brands and their agencies. It's also a big business. $350 billion of video ads will be bought by media agencies this year. That's 40% of all advertising spend. And get this, for the first time, all of us in this room and elsewhere are watching more streaming content than traditional television. This has become an important and urgent problem for agencies, because to do media planning, they're still using the tools, processes, and data from when MTV was launched. Enter Deben. Deben is software for media buying agencies to plan marketing spend across all video inventory. With Deben, media agencies can build 50 or more plans in a single day. The plans that Deben builds delivers 20% more media impact for the same budget, and agency teams take half as much time as before for media planning. We're doing all of this with real clients today. I am delighted to tell you that we're in active pilots with one of the world's largest ad agencies, Omnicom Media Group. We're also accelerating the planning process at leading independent agencies like Camelot and Leap Media Group. Deben is the industry solution that solves the media planning problem at all spend levels. So how does it work? We bring Deben to an agency's disparate data, usually obtained from sources like Nielsen, Comscore, and others. Our proprietary algorithms solve some of the hardest and persistent problems in this space. For instance, how many people watch both linear TV and streaming video? In just a few minutes, Deben considers objectives, audiences, and inventory, and produces a client-ready media plan. It includes the actual inventory the agency can buy. And get this, Deben is unlike incumbent solutions that are anchored in traditional TV and think of streaming video as an afterthought. It's all of these reasons is why clients like Steve agree that Deben does in a day what used to take his team weeks. Now, just in the US, there are 5,000 ad agencies across national, local, political that spend $10 million or more on video ads each year. We have the 25 of the largest of these in our sales pipeline. And with a 6-figure annual licensing deal, we have line of sight to $1.5 million in revenue over the next 12 months. My co-founder and I have over 25 years of experience in the media space. I worked for Dish and Viacom, where I brought innovative media products to market. And my co-founder, Mark, was head of strategy at Stagwell, where he delivered work for over 60 clients across CPG, QSR, and automotive. We are an official member of SIM. It's an industry body where we have a front row seat alongside leading agencies and publishers as we tackle problems in the media supply chain. And we're joined by industry leaders as advisors. They've held executive positions at leading agencies and publishers and believe in our vision of a unified planning tool. Come help agencies build better media plans faster. Talk to us at Deben.
Thanks so much to Deben. We'll move right along with the penultimate presentation for today. I am very excited to introduce Ryan to the stage. He's the co-founder and CEO of KolateAI.
Great song. Good morning. My name is Ryan. I'm co-founder and CEO of Carez, and we are redefining medical imaging with speech. So when I say medical imaging, this is what probably springs to mind. What you may not know
is that doctors rely on medical imaging for life-saving interventions, such as this heart procedure. This is what these procedures look like. Doctors split their focus by looking at the screen, talking to a technologist, and performing the procedure. And these are what they have to work with. Super complex, outdated, non-intuitive interfaces that takes years to master. What if doctors could solely concentrate on the procedure, free from distraction? At Carez, we turn this vision into a reality with our proprietary AI. Our software combines large language models and our AI so doctors can analyze and improve the images in real time just by asking. Here's how it works. Doctors can make specific enhancement to the image just by speech. There you go. With our AI, doctors can do the same procedure with smaller teams, much faster, make fewer clinical errors, and boost their hospital revenue stream. Our clients are hospitals, and we charge them based on number of procedures each year. And I'm happy to announce that one of the largest radiology departments in North America is now pilot testing Carez. Here's a picture of my co-founder and best friend. He got his master's in biomedical engineering from McGill. And he spent the past 4 years in that operating room observing image-guided procedures and developing medical imaging algorithms and testing them in the clinical setting. And there is me. I got my master's in software engineering, also from McGill. And I spent the past 3 years being a software engineer and working on speech detection systems, an integral part of our tech. We have leaders in this industry as part of our team. The former president of Society of Interventional Radiology and our chief medical officer is the chief radiologist at Jewish General Hospital. Each year, 1 million of these procedures are being done, and patients are paying over $1 billion for them, contributing to this $25 billion market, $25 billion. Our software seamlessly integrate with the hardware already used in the hospitals, enhancing the existing workflows. So, if you want to enable doctors to focus on what really matters, come find me afterward. I'm Brian, this is Carez.
Thank you, Ryan. And last but not the least is a team that is crushing it. Please welcome Kiran from Digital Eye.
Hey everyone. Digital Iron transforms the heavy machinery industry, helping machinery dealers move from reactively servicing broken down equipment to proactively generating high margin part sales. All of our buildings and infrastructure require major construction projects. And at the heart of each one of these construction projects is heavy machinery. But heavy machinery breaks down a lot. On average, 600 hours every year. And the costs associated can be crippling. $2 million a day for a crane in Manhattan. So, when this machine breaks down, the operator calls their local dealership. I know because I was the person who picked up the phone. If the dealership doesn't answer the call efficiently, if a support agent doesn't understand your specific request, or if the wrong part is sent from halfway across the world due to outdated documentations, the costs can be crushing. I'm Kieran, and this is my face. Sorry about that. I didn't realize when I was taking this that it would be here one day.
This is me during 20 years of experience I have in the industry serving these customers. I've learned firsthand the real cost of machinery downtime, lost revenue, and lost customers. The problem is so bad that we already have our design partners paying us $49,000 in ARR. And I'm so proud to announce that today we just signed a letter of intent with a global manufacturer valued at $2.2 million annually. That customer is Deben, a manufacturer of excavators, and we'll be responsible for rolling out through 230 of their dealerships, responsible for combined revenue of $330 billion. But that's only a small portion of the 1.3 million dealerships that operate in this space, each one with multiple locations. So, back to when I got the support call. Why didn't I just go through the relevant document, find the part, and send it out to the right person? If only things were that easy. This is reality. Each machine has hundreds of documents attached to it, sometimes thousands of pages long, filled with jargon and complex schematics. It isn't as easy as uploading this to an off-the-shelf AI solution to retrieve the answers. Digital Iron built machine learning models tied to our deep domain expertise, accessing the correct relevant documentation, getting the right part to the right customer every time, helping dealerships make more money and a faster turnaround for their customers. So I mentioned deep domain expertise, as well as my years in the industry. My co-founder, Selena Brown, and our VP of Engineering, Jesse Palma, have built systems for Caterpillar, supply chain, and logistics companies. We're already changing how dealerships make more money with spare parts today. But this is only the beginning. We're writing a playbook that will lift from construction machinery into mining, agriculture, and out across industries. Now, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. So I got to take a selfie with you all. So after 3, if everyone could say ERA 26, that would be phenomenal. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that didn't work. Could we get another one? I'm only joking. I'm Kieran. This has been Digital Iron. If you would like to chat, come and see me after.
Thank you so much. My name is Bianca, and this is Carly, and we're part of the operations team. Before we go to the final announcements of the evening, we want to have one more gigantic round of applause for all our founders and their teams.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you liked what you saw, please go to eranyc.com/demoday and book some meetings with any of our founders. I also quickly want to mention that we are looking for great companies for our summer 2024 cohort. While technically our applications have closed just for this special VIP group, we will open up to referrals to any great founders that you know. So please come find one of us or another member of the ERA team to give us any referrals. Thank you all again so much for coming. Please join us in the East Lobby. We'll have booths with all of our founders so you can network with them, get their contact info, and learn more. Thank you all.